Yeah, so Brian Blade, one of the operations department head here in the Baton Rouge refinery.
Hi, my name is Cameron. I'm an electrical engineer in the chemical plant.
Yeah, so a process technician here in the Baton Rouge refinery, they actually work shift work. So you work days and nights and alternate. There's a lot of training that you hire into. We take you through about a 9-week class we call it basic operations training. And you actually are in the field with your team operating valves and manipulating the process to make the products we make here in Baton Rouge refinery. There's lots of different engineers. So I'm actually a mechanical engineer. So mechanical engineers work on pumps and pipes and things you can touch and feel. You've got chemical engineers that, or if you want to think about cooking, they're the one that work the recipes and the molecules, the products we make. You've got electrical engineers, which you think about your house. That's the lights, your TVs, things like that. And there's some other engineers, industrial engineers, civil engineers. So there's lots of variety in the engineers, and we employ all of them here in Baton Rouge.
What helps me stay positive is first off just enjoying what I actually do and making the most of my job. There's a lot of things day to day that aren't necessarily what it is you exactly want to do, but for the most part, you have the ability to make your role what you want out of it. So just doing what you love, being an engineer. For me, it's just being an electrical engineer, doing the calculations, meeting people, having that communication across engineering and technical, working with the other engineers really helps keep me happy. And ultimately just getting off of work and knowing that I had a successful day and was really a part of something bigger, helping out a company, really is what helps make me happy. Yeah, I really do. I think that anybody who has the ability to go into STEM and really wants to go into STEM, it will affect us positively in the future, not just you, but your family and all those around you. And the reason why I say that is because STEM incorporates a lot of what we do. For instance, the products that are made in cars, in your houses, and all the toys that you play with. It's what helps make the world go around. And as we begin to progress more into a technically advanced society, STEM roles will become even more beneficial to helping develop and push society further and further. So ultimately, I think if you can and want to go into a STEM role, you definitely should take advantage of it.
Hi everyone, my name is Lexus Hector. I've been with Exxon Mobil for about 4 years now, and my current role is the Baton Rouge Refinery Energy Coordinator. Sure, so I will split my job into 2 parts. The first half of the month, I really work on what we call reconciliation. So each year we build a plan for a budget for how much money we spend on energy. Just like your parents likely get an energy bill every month, we get an energy bill at the refinery as well. It's maybe a little bit bigger than a normal household energy bill, but the first part of the month I work on trying to explain why we spent more or less on that energy bill. And then the second part of the month, I actually get to try to find ways that we can be more efficient. So we're always trying to spend less money on energy. Saves the company money, right? Makes us more profits. But by being more energy efficient, we also get to help the environment. So the more efficiently we can run our equipment, the better we are for Baton Rouge. So these are things like, if you were driving somewhere in your car and you got to the location, you wouldn't just leave your car on and running. That would burn through gas. It would, spill out more exhaust, things like that. We also try to shut down things if we don't need them, make sure we're just being as efficient as we can. So I don't think engineering is any more difficult for female engineers. ExxonMobil has really started trying to be more diverse. The incoming classes are more and more diverse every year as engineering gets more diverse. And I'd say females aren't restricted in any way at all. You can do anything you want within the company as a female engineer, anything that your male counterpart can do. No restrictions on jobs. Up until recently, our plant manager was actually a female. She's moving on to a much higher job now, so she's doing really well in the company, and I think any female can do just about anything. Sure. So if you're interested in more of the medical side of things, we do have a medical complex on site. So nurses, doctors, things like that, you could still work at ExxonMobil. The other piece is if you're interested in more of the biology type engineering. I actually got 2 degrees in undergrad, chemical engineering and biology. Didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I did my research in undergrad on algal biofuels, which ExxonMobil actually is working on some research on as well. And that's basically trying to grow algae to extract the oils that the algae make to then make gasoline and your normal petrochemical products out of. So lots of opportunities, lots of really cool, fun, different, non-traditional career options if that's something that you're really interested in. And I think those will only continue to expand across the industry as well.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Papera. I'm the department head in the Baton Rouge refinery for energy and planning.
And hi, I'm Jeff Bloom. I'm the mechanical manager for the Baton Rouge complex, which includes both the refinery and the chemical plant.
So why did I become an engineer? I think when I was in school, when I was in middle school and high school, I was always good at math, and it came very easily to me. And then in high school, when I got into chemistry, I really enjoyed the chemistry class. And in engineering, I look at engineering kind of as a marriage of math and sciences. And ultimately, you're solving problems for people out in the society and trying to fix things for them and make them better. And so that's really one of the main reasons that I became an engineer.
Yeah, and so I'm a mechanical engineer. The reason I became an engineer, I was right out of high school, I went into the U.S. military, into the U.S. Navy, and I worked on ships, mechanically on ships, and always have been very naturally mechanically inclined. I like working on engines, on mechanical things, and as I learned more about it, I wanted to learn more, and certainly engineering helped me understand how machines work and just what I enjoyed doing. I had passion for it, so that's why I became an engineer.
So what do I do here at ExxonMobil? In my current job, I have 2 teams. One team of predominantly engineers, mix of all different types of engineering disciplines, mechanical, chemical, electrical, civil. We work on opportunities to make the plant better. So we work on investment opportunities, and we handle the investment portfolio here for the refinery. My other team is my energy team, and my energy team is also a combination of engineers and accountants, and they actually work on how do we save the most energy in how we run our refinery here. And they are always working with our operations and mechanical personnel here on site to be as efficient as possible in our use of energy.
So what do I do here? So I have the mechanical organization at the Baton Rouge complex, and so the mechanical division is responsible for maintaining our facilities. We have a process organization that operates the plant and a mechanical organization that I work in that maintains the facilities. That's PMs, getting the oil changed like you do on your car. It's making sure that when you have to do an overhaul, we do our big turnarounds and our overhauls on machinery and equipment in the field as well. So our job is to make repairs, ensure that it runs reliably and safe for our operations so that we can continue to operate day to day.
So what do we do at ExxonMobil? ExxonMobil makes all sorts of different products, and you'd be surprised to know that probably a lot of the things that you use every day are made from materials that we make here in our ExxonMobil facilities. We make the material that milk jugs are made out of. We make parts of the tires that are on your cars. We make the gasoline and the lubricants that go into engines. We make the plastic films on a lot of your food that you buy at the grocery store. We make the fabric that goes into a lot of our masks that we wear currently. We make the alcohol that goes into hand sanitizer. We make so many different products from the feedstocks that we bring in here to ExxonMobil. It's amazing to think about all the different ways companies like ExxonMobil touch you on a daily basis.
And just more about ExxonMobil Baton Rouge, maybe you know this, maybe you don't. We do have 5 facilities in the Baton Rouge area. So the big facility on Scenic Drive that most of the people are aware of, that's our Baton Rouge refinery and chemical plant. We call it the Baton Rouge Complex. The refinery, of course, what Jennifer was talking about, it's where we make our gas, where we make our lubricants. It's also where we make wax that goes into candles that you may buy. Our chemical plant is right next door. Of course, they're making things like ethylene, which we ship up the road to our north plants where we can make it into plastics at our Baton Rouge Plastics plant and Baton Rouge Polyolefins plant. And then lastly, across the river in Port Allen, we have the Port Allen Lubes plant, really where we package a lot of our lubricants.
So ExxonMobil has a lot of different types of jobs all over the world, and a lot of different jobs right here in Baton Rouge. I can talk a little bit about the engineering types of positions and also our accountant positions and some of our scientist positions. So we have engineers that are chemical engineers, mechanical engineers, civil engineers, electrical engineers, all different types of engineering disciplines that we use here at our facilities to make our plants run. And then we also have a number of different types of accounting positions that several accountants actually work for me in my department and help me make business decisions on a yearly basis on what to invest here in the refinery. And then we also have a number of scientists here that study different issues that we're seeing and help us develop new technologies and new applications and products that we make here in the Baton Rouge facilities.
We also have wage employees in both our process and mechanical organizations at all of our facilities. Our process or operations facilities, they're mostly made up of operation technicians that either get a degree in process technology. Things like Baton Rouge Community College has a great program that helps prepare people for those positions. These are non-engineering degrees people, and they're able to come in and they actually operate our facility on an ongoing basis. 24/7 we have operators out here at the facility ensuring that we're running the plant safely and reliably. Within mechanical, we have mostly craftsmen that make up our organization, and it's really a mix of instrument technicians, electricians, millwrights, machinists, pipe fitters, boiler makers, scaffold builders. And between our ExxonMobil employees and the contractors that we work with, we make up the bulk of the mechanical organization. And again, these are non-engineering positions that come up through the craft skills with our contractors or directly with ExxonMobil. We also have full apprenticeship programs. So often we're not hiring people with craft skills that have already been developed. We'll help develop those skills right here in ExxonMobil through our apprenticeship programs. So Jennifer, why don't you share with them how do students get these type of jobs?
So in the case for engineers and accountants, we do something what we call an internship. And a lot of times we'll go out to colleges and we'll interview students in their sophomore and junior years and bring them in for a period of time during the summer or maybe even during a whole semester, that they'll get to do different types of jobs here in the refinery or in the chemical plants. They'll work on specific projects for us. They'll get some things done that we need done for different units and bring a lot of value to the group. And they get to bring back some very practical experience. And that's really the best way for them to transition into jobs here at ExxonMobil for the engineers and the accountants. And for the technicians, how do they do their internships?
Sure. So we have an internship program as well for our wage employees that we started last year. It's actually part of the North Baton Rouge Industrial Training Initiative. And so last year we partnered with Baton Rouge Community College to develop a wage internship program. And we're doing that each year. And really it's in the areas of instrumentation, electrical, and then in millwrights. And really it's a 6-month internship where people that have gone through BRCC and the North Baton Rouge Industrial Training Initiative can come here for 6 months, work alongside our technicians, learn how to do the job safely, and get that experience that they need. And then either they can go work for a contract company that we partner with, or they can be offered a full-time job here at ExxonMobil as well. So those are the ways that we can, it's available to get jobs here at ExxonMobil.
My name is Kia Brown. I'm an instrumentation apprentice on the refinery side here at ExxonMobil. I applied online and I got accepted. I went through the interview process and I was in school for electrical 1 and 2, but I ended up getting an internship with instrumentation. So after the internship, I got hired on full time doing instrumentation for 4 years. So I'm in the apprentice program, so yeah. Actually, it was through a relative. They sent me the link, and I just said, I'm gonna just go for it. I want to get on with ExxonMobil. That was my dream job, and I'm here now. So, day to day, we do typical maintenance on control valves, meters, manifolds. We do ESD valves. We do safety critical valves, furnace checks, that type of thing. Like just the basic upkeep of any equipment. What I do every day is I do my LPSA. I make sure that everything is on point, from my PPE to making sure I know where my safety showers are. I make sure that I know where the closest evacuation point is in case anything does go wrong. But every day you're out here, you just have to be aware of your surroundings and make sure you're doing the best thing you could do to stay safe out here. So my advice to any high school student who wants to work for ExxonMobil is to do your research. Make sure whenever you do go to school, it's something that you want to do. I wanted to do electrical, but I ended up doing instrumentation. It all coincides together, so it's the perfect job for me. So anything you want to do, just stick to it. Make sure you go full-fledged with it. Don't let anything come in between you and your dream job.
Hello everyone, I'm Kristen Thomas Martin, and I am the operations manager at the Baton Rouge polyolefins plant in northern Baton Rouge. I have been with the ExxonMobil chemical company for 15 years, and I'm a chemical engineer by background. So that was my degree in university, and we'll talk a little bit today about all the different things that we've been able to do with that chemical engineering degree. I'll talk a little bit about what I see females do in a manufacturing setting on a regular basis. I have a really great view to a couple of different jobs. I guess the easiest answer is they do everything that men do. That's probably one of the best parts, right? So there's not specific jobs just for females. We have the opportunity to kind of do whatever we want. So as an engineer, if you've got an engineering background, there's lots of different types of jobs that you can do, supporting operations in the plant, supporting commercial or sales teams, supporting logistics. So those are some of the engineer roles. One of the great things about my job as an operations manager is that I also get to see females work out in the field. So I have operations technicians who work out in the field on shift 24/7, right alongside their male counterparts. And they are keeping my plant running safely, reliably, making quality product. They're out there turning the valves and keeping us safe when we have emergency situations. So there's things that you can do with a college degree and also without a college degree. So I mentioned in my intro that I work for the chemical company, but I have lots of friends and colleagues that are in lots of different parts of the corporation. So we have an upstream arm of the corporation. So those are the folks you picture drilling for oil and gas. Sometimes you picture those drilling platforms offshore. So that's our upstream organization. We have a fuels and lubes organization. They are the ones I think most everybody thinks about that make the gasoline that goes into your car or the diesel that goes into your car. So those are our fuels and lubes friends. We have researchers in our Emory organization. We have sales and marketing folks as well. There's almost something for everybody within the corporation. And we all kind of work together to make the quality products that our society needs. So, I mean, I can use a bit of my career path as an example. I started as an entry-level engineer, actually at the Baton Rouge chemical plant. And so I worked in the plant for a couple of years, but then I got the opportunity to move off into our gas and power marketing organization. That's on our upstream side of the business. And at that point in time, I was helping move or molecules around, trade molecules around between different sites. So something very different for an engineer. I spent a little bit of time overseas. And when I was overseas, I managed a group of people who were helping to keep feedstocks in front of all of our plants in and around Europe. Again, something you might not think that an engineer might do. Folks that work in the supply chain organization or in our logistics organizations. Very non-traditional for engineers, but open to lots of different types of degrees. This is a really a good one, I think, for 2020 and heading into this year. I think the best way that I stay positive is I take energy from the team around me. I've got a really great team at work, and we try to, focus on the good things. We try to have a little bit of fun when we come to work every day, and we had a really successful year of 2020, and so focusing on all of the good accomplishments that people have, helping my colleagues and the people that work for me reach their success, their potential, follow their roadmap wherever they want it to go. Those are all things that I'm able to influence, and they help to keep me positive even when the days get tough.